All right, Ken, welcome back. Sixth episode. Let me define something for you before we jump into the sixth episode
Right on.
to kick this off. Freemium model. It's a model where you get access to a piece of software and you have all the features. It just has a limitation. For example, you can only get 500 email subscribers on an email list, but you still get access to all the features inside of autoresponder. Or you can build one website in, say, a page builder like GrooveFunnels versus the free trial where you sign up to, say, ClickFunnels and you have 14 days inside of a 15-day trial, and then your credit card gets billed. The thing that I want to ask you is, how do you use this in your business? Because it's a two-part question. How do you use it in your business? And how does it affect your business when you promote these different types of models, the freemium versus free trial, to your audience?
Very good questions. First of all, I don't use a freemium model. I literally, when I first started off in affiliate marketing, sure, because I was so unsure of what to do, and I felt that the time that I was spending trying to learn, I didn't feel right with, or I didn't feel good about spending money on something when I wasn't actually using it. So if I could find a freemium model, then I would use the freemium version, because most of the time these products do give you access to some features. There are limitations because they want you to pay for stuff. But when you're starting off, when I was starting off, it was that way. But as I've realized in building a real business, and any business that you build out there, you have to invest in the tools that are going to help you to get there, to get to that next level, because there's a cost to be paid even when you're going free. There's a cost. And I think, having you and I have realized this over the years, that if it's going to help me get the job done and it's going to cut the amount of time, and there's features that I like and are going to help my business, then I'm going to go for it. Now, when I talk to people on my channel, because we talked earlier before we went live, we were talking about Vidnami. And for those of you guys who know what Vidnami is, it's this tool that you can use to make these videos. And people were using the free model, their 14-day free trial, and they were doing something called trial hopping. And this is how naive I am. I must be just, I am naive in that sense, because I didn't even know what that was. That people were literally, and this is a 14-day trial, people were literally canceling their account before they got billed and opening up a brand new account and using the features of Vidnami, because they had features. They were allowing people to use all the features within Vidnami. And when Vidnami shut that down, there was a big uproar about that. There was a big uproar. And I know people reached out saying, they were looking for something that was free. And so in doing so, part of it, the challenge is, do you put out that content to help people who are part of your audience, one segment of that audience? Do you do that? And also, you still have to kind of tell them that, hey, there's limitations to everything that's free. And that if you want to build a serious and real business, you got to invest in the tools. You just got to.
True. So to bring that back, the freemium model versus a free trial. So in the real world, so you have the freemium model of something and it just doesn't have all the features. I'm trying to think of a good example. I mean, free trial is pretty easy. Like you think of Netflix, right? But, the freemium model, I honestly can't really think of anything that, normal people will just say versus people that are into affiliate marketing or online or using tools. So for example, we need page builders, we need autoresponders. So in the freemium model, you can get a free account, and then you have things like issues with branding being on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Groove is a perfect example. So when you build a Groove funnel or a Groove page, you get all the features, but you're limited to, say, 3 sites. So you can build 3 sites, and you can even connect your own domain to them, but it still has the Groove branding and you can't get rid of it, and you can't change it out for, like, say, your affiliate link. Whereas if you upgrade and you're a full paying customer, you can modify that where you can leave the Groove branding and then you can apply your affiliate link for that. So you could say powered by Groove Funnels, powered by Groove, powered by Thrive Architect, powered by whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get that ability. So in your business, it makes sense because you earn, or you have the ability to earn commissions. Because a lot of times you can buy into a software and you get the right to promote it as an affiliate. Whereas other times, if you're just a freemium member, you may not be able to join the affiliate program, or you may get a lower commission.
Yeah.
So that side of it inside of my business, as far as promoting the offers and using the tools. But if I'm going to use a tool, I would like to buy it. But what the freemium model offers you is the ability to really test the product just based on the limitations of, say, space or number of sites or number of subscribers, versus the free trial, like you said, where you have 14 days. And in the 14 days, you have to make that decision. Either you get billed for the full fee for that, next month, for that next 30 days, or maybe even a year, or you just let it cancel. Or, like you said, you go get another credit card out, you go get a new email address, you know what I mean? And you play the hopping model, or the hopping game, where you jump around. Now, to me, I never really heard of that, or I never thought of that in running a business, but I do. And I have seen people that talk about that in certain groups, where that's why they prefer the freemium model, because they can just open up multiple accounts and get those limitations sort of lifted as far as number of sites they can create, versus with a trial, they need multiple credit cards, multiple addresses, multiple, right? Different ways to identify yourself as someone else.
Right. And just, to me, the level of imagination and seriously, I mean, to be able to think of something like that, and to be able to, I guess, game the system, if we want to call it that, it takes a lot of energy to do that. And
takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. And to me, it's there's a cost to it, and that is definitely your time. And I now that I've built a business, and maybe you feel the same way. When you step back and you look at this, you're thinking, that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I understand sometimes, there are people out there who have no money, and so therefore they're going to do what they got to do in order to make that work. But sometimes, at least for us, when we do these kinds of things, we make certain sacrifices here or there in order to reallocate resources to the tools that we need. And I know for a fact, I've saved a lot of money because I don't hardly go out and do things. So I've given up a lot of that, of going out with friends and hanging out and doing those kinds of things, and that's really helped to reallocate some of those funds to the tools that I use for my business. But now that I'm actually making money and being profitable, I can reinvest that profit back into the business and accelerate my growth.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can't get your time back.
Yeah.
You can't recover time. Time once lost is gone forever. The money you can recoup. And I mean, at the end of the day, the people that you see are successful aren't trial hopping. They aren't standing on stage with Russell Brunson collecting their Comma Club award, worried about how they're going to pay $97, $297 a month, or whatever the big platinum crazy plan is. I think it's like over $1,000 or something. I don't even know. Because I'm not a ClickFunnels user. It just, the product never appealed to me, and I've only ever tried it one time. My 14 days ran out, and I just didn't see the appeal because it wasn't easier than using Thrive Architect and WordPress, and I didn't have that control that I was looking for. And then it was just the fun for me of backing a project when I backed Groove in May 2019. So I can see that, like you said, but I think some of it, specifically getting away from using the tools in our business and promoting the tools, is really my focus. Because you mentioned Vidnami, and early on I was promoting Vidnami, and you would get free signups. And then you would actually have people reach out to you and ask you about, how can I get another free trial, or how can I do this? Or I've even had people reach out to me asking me to borrow my account. They would pay me, like half the price to borrow my account and stuff like that, versus them just paying for the subscription. And of course, Vidnami, what they did is they wised up to the deal, and they started watermarking the videos.
Yeah.
So then people couldn't even use the free trial, and it really burnt a lot of the people that were using that free trial to use the product. But again, to go back as an affiliate of that product, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the free trial where people are going to cancel and they're going to start jumping around, and you might lose that affiliate cookie, right? Because if people are jumping around, then they might use somebody else's link to get a bonus or whatever, versus the freemium model, where if they sign up under you in the freemium model, you don't ever have to worry about them closing that account, because they can do everything they need to within those limitations.
Yeah, and that's the interesting one, right? Because one is time sensitive, scarcity. That you're gonna unlock all the features, but you get that for 14 days. Whereas the other one is, we're gonna give you a set amount of features out of, let's say, the 20 that we have. We're gonna unlock 10 of them, and we're gonna get you hooked on using the product, and you can use it as much as you want. That model, I actually like that model, just because the scarcity part, 14 days is not a whole lot of time for people to really use something. If it was a little bit longer, I think it would be fine. But I think with the freemium model, I feel getting someone hooked on it and using it, and perhaps getting some success with it, leads to a longer term benefit. And maybe you might disagree with that. I just feel like if I have access to it and I use it and I'm using it constantly, and I get really good at using it, and it's part of my business, and I start making money, I'm more likely to invest in it, because I've used it for a while and I'm ready to take that next step. So as an affiliate, part of it is I have no idea who clicked on those links. I have no idea who those people are. So I don't even pay attention to it. I create the traffic. I send the traffic where I need to send it. And that's when hopefully they end up buying it.
Yeah. So unless you as an affiliate, you really get hands-on, and part of your promotion of that is you're going to help people set it up. So for example, that 15-day trial of ClickFunnels, if you're a ClickFunnels affiliate, it would behoove you as an affiliate to create a bonus and let people know, hey, as soon as you sign up for ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels has this as well, they allow you to import and export templates. So basically, as an affiliate, what you can do is you can give people a high converting squeeze page. And for the people on the podcast, I just air quoted. So you can give away a free squeeze page or a free landing page or whatever, a free funnel, and they click on that. And then part of that is it's already set up for them. And then you provide them training and instruction, and that rides them into the 14 days, and they know that it's all set up and it's ready to go, and you're going to lock in that commission. So part of that as an affiliate is understanding the freemium model and that free trial, and how much you have to, for lack of a better way to phrase it, push someone, right? Give them that gentle shove that they need, right? Sometimes when you're a parent, you got to give your child a gentle shove to, first day of school, or to go do that thing, or jump in the water and try to learn how to swim. That's part of it, right? Building that relationship and making sure that when people sign up under your affiliate link, that you are helping them solve their problem, whether it's freemium or free trial, and explaining that in great detail.
Yeah.
That could be going back to, videos and podcasts that we've done here. Part of promoting these things is understanding, is it the freemium model? Is it a free trial? And how much training or how much content do I need to provide to make sure that when someone signs up for that, whether it's freemium or free trial, that they're going to find success and really solve their problem.
Yeah. And you bring up a very important point, because when you're talking about that, all I kept thinking was value. It's all about value. And we talked about this from the very first episode. It's all about providing value to your audience, to your customer who just signed up, whether it be the free trial or the freemium model. And that little nudge, whatever it is that you do, whether it be sharing the squeeze page, or whether it be setting up on the freemium model, maybe a 5-day course where you teach them how to use it over a period of time. That kind of stuff creates that bond and that relationship and keeps them coming back for more, and makes it sticky, and keeps them on the platform. So yeah, you're absolutely right. To me, it's all about value at the end of the day, whichever model you decide to do.
Yeah, I think you can literally build an affiliate marketing business or a piece of your affiliate marketing business off of setting up the tools, specifically what we do, right?
Yeah.
In the make money online space. But even if you are providing a service, so you're, a web designer and you're providing a service, and you promote a certain hosting or a certain page builder to build those pages, the person that you're building those pages for may never ever log into their site and maintain it or understand it, but they need to have the feeling that they understand it, and that gets them to invest. So at that point, I don't think the freemium model or the free model or the free trial really matters, because you're going to pre-sell it.
Yeah.
The person that you are providing the solution for as an affiliate, the person you're solving the problem through your content and staging that, they're going to read through all your content, and they're never ever even going to understand the difference, and they don't need to understand the difference. But that's part of being, an affiliate and diving deeper and taking that next step to, like you said, to provide value, which is the truth about affiliate marketing. An affiliate marketer's job is to provide value, to go above and beyond, to solve that problem. And part of solving that problem is, in this case, is the person that purchases that product, if they don't even know the difference, or they don't even know that there's a freemium model or a free trial, they just sign up for it because you've taken care of all that stuff for them, and they just bought in based upon your recommendation and the fact that it solves their problem, then I guess it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I really agree with that, because at the end of the day, people buy into these tools or sign up for these tools because they feel it's going to help them. And it's your job. And part of it might have been because of a video you made or a blog post that you wrote, some piece of content that intrigued them enough to click on your affiliate link to get there. Now it's your job to ease that transition and to let them know that they made the right decision, that this tool can help them, and that you're willing to go out there and continuously produce content that's actually going to help them to ease that transition. Because everybody starts off excited when they buy a new tool, because that new shiny object, right? We all hop into it. I think making that transition easier by providing some content or some sort of value to help that person understand what it's about and how to use it goes a long way towards keeping them coming back for more. And it helps to build your brand, your reputation as someone who's out there to help people.
So what about freemium model versus free trial? Because typically what's a free trial? 7 to or 15 days, but really 14 days, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Versus just straight up having a monthly subscription. So you don't have either. You just, for example, we both use an autoresponder called GetResponse. They don't have, you pay to play. So you literally pay to use it. Does that affect, I guess my question and what I want to ask you as an affiliate, not about which product you would pick to use in your business, but as an affiliate, would you choose to promote a product based upon if it has a freemium or a free trial, or it's just a monthly subscription? Would that affect your thought process of picking that product? And I mean, being honest with yourself, saying, which one converts better, just looking at the numbers. All things being equal, of course, meaning that the tool does what it says it does and it solves the problem for your audience. Would that affect you promoting it?
No. I mean, for me, I would promote GetResponse because I use it and I understand how it works and I see the value in it. And that's what I would promote. I mean, you're going to attract a certain type of people anyway, right? If you're promoting GetResponse and you're using it, you're going to attract people who are interested in it. They may see the price and they may get scared away, but then again, that wasn't your customer. So, to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to promote what I believe in, that if I feel it's something that's going to help somebody, and I know you're the same way too, that we may not agree on certain products to promote, but we agree on promoting and leading with value and actually using the product that we're promoting. I think that's so important. And we've talked about this in the past, is you got to understand the product. You got to understand the sales funnel. You got to understand how the support is, because by default, when you sell people on some of these products, you become support. So you need to understand how to use the product. And so for me, it wouldn't really matter what it is, as long as the product itself works and says what it says it's going to do. And with GetResponse, I found that in the beginning I was hesitant because I was like, well, wait a minute, I was using another service, and it was much cheaper, but it couldn't do the things that I needed it to do. And so therefore I told myself, well, rather than go through the headache of trying to figure out how I'm going to do certain things, and the support wasn't as robust as I was getting, as I do now get with GetResponse. When I look back, that perspective has helped me to realize that, yeah, I'm definitely getting my money's worth in using this tool. And that for me just made me realize that, yeah, it wouldn't matter to me as long as I believe in it. And I've upgraded my plan since then because there are other features that I wanted to have. So
going back to that same question, and to ask another question on top of that, it doesn't change the fact that you promote it, but does it change the way you promote it? Let me give you an example. So if you promote a product that has a 14-day trial, are you going to follow up more aggressively to get people to use the product, knowing that they have a short window? And again, we're doing this from a place of, we know this tool works. We know this tool solves the problem. We just have to have our audience pull the trigger and implement this in their business. But like you said, they may are specifically speaking to a piece of our audience that already has an autoresponder, as an example. And they sort of just are, they're on that, edge of like, well, I don't really need to do this. Yeah, it has that one feature I can use. So they take the trial and they never really get over to moving things over. Are you going to be more aggressive to get them to convert? Like, you're going to follow up more, twice a day?
That's a tough one. I probably wouldn't. To me, I know the value of it, and if the trials being so short, it's just hard to be. I don't want to be overly pushy with my message, and if I've done the job to get them to sign up for that, by having some kind of bonus or some kind of training that I would offer up on the front end, I think I've done my job at that point, and to be accessible to any questions. I think a lot of times when you have 14 days, and that's the reason why I don't like 14-day trials, it's just so short. But we talk about that Parkinson's law, right? Where you have all that time.
Yeah.
It does at the end of the day, whether it's 14 or 30, it doesn't really matter, because people are going to base that like, hey, I'm going to get on it probably within the last week of getting it. And so, I don't know how you feel about that. What would you do?
Well, it comes down to, really what you're doing with a free trial is you're building in scarcity. You're building in a countdown timer. So you're creating a little mini launch, if you will, right? With the freemium model, you're just restricting it, and you're saying, well, you can't use this feature, or you can use this feature, but it's limited in the amount of space or number of subscribers. But you just letting people just sit on it. Like you
Yeah.
said, they just have all the time in the world and they never have a push to actually convert and move over to the tool.
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to the mindset of the person. Some people are going to be stressed out by the 14-day trial. Others are going to be like, well, I'm going to use it as a way to push myself to get this thing moved over. Because I'm not going to put in all that work for 14 days and then lose all that work. If I'm going in, I'm going all in. If it does what I needed to do, which I took the advice, the recommendation of a affiliate that I trust, he's helping me set it up, so I'm going all in. Whereas if it's the freemium model, maybe the freemium model, they only have 500 subscribers. To use Aweber as an example, you only get 500 subscribers, but I have a list of 600 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just off the table. The freemium model does me no good at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm back into buying a full subscription to Aweber from the jump. So it goes back to the mindset of your audience and the subset of the mindset of your audience. So you're always going to have people inside of your audience. And inside your audience, you're trying to appeal to a group of people. So I think you could use this to narrow it down. You're going to have people. So if you're upfront with them, you're going to be able to pre-qualify them and direct them to the model that fits them the best. So if you ask them a question, for example, if you go to a ball game and there's paid parking right next to the stadium or valet parking, even better, are you going to drive up there and park? Or are you going to drive around town looking for a free spot to park in, a shady part of the neighborhood, knowing you're going to come out of the game at midnight? It's going to be dark. There's no lights. There's nobody around. It's just you and whoever happens to be in that neighborhood. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's part of, again, focused on being an affiliate for a product versus using the product in your business. And part of what we're talking about here on the affiliate files is both sides of that coin, because you have to know what you're in for. So your mindset, what's your mindset? If you believe that if I only have 14 days, then I'm going to go all in and convert. If I know that I have the freemium model, well, then I'm just going to sort of, feel it out and really just see how it feels and, not really have a push. Then I think that's going to affect the way that you promote it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Both sides of that makes total sense. Especially when you bring up the whole point of the freemium model and having that time. And I think as a marketer who promotes those kinds of products, I think it can work in a positive way if you produce a lot of content that touches upon features that the freemium model doesn't have, and you talk about ways that they can utilize the product. But of course, that one feature they're looking for is in the paid version. It's like Canva, right? Canva's a perfect example, and I think most people know what Canva is, at least in our neck of the woods. Canva is free. You can sign up for a free account, and it does wonderful things. You can use that free account and do all kinds of things. But the one thing that you cannot do with Canva is you cannot remove backgrounds. But there's a way around doing that, and I've talked about that in some of the content that I've done in the past. But to have that built in and to have just a push of a button and have it remove that, for me, believe it or not, was a huge selling point. To not be able to have to cobble things together to make something happen was huge.
So to wrap that up, what you're saying is the freemium model with a killer feature that is a must-have, like it's the make or break feature. The freemium model works for you. So if you were developing your own software and you were creating it, would you go with the freemium model or would you go with a free trial?
I'd have to go with free trial.
You're gonna squeeze them.
I want to squeeze. I like the scarcity feature of it, and if I'm the product creator, I want them on there, and I want to be able to sift through who's serious and who's not serious.
Yeah.
because when I worked in the corporate world, we had this saying: we don't want everyone's customers, we want everyone's best customers. And I think that kind of holds true here. And maybe I should apply that to my affiliate business. But at the same time, I mean, because you do want to filter out people who are tire kickers versus the people who are serious, and get and reach the people who are serious. But in order to do that, you've got to kind of filter them through different stages in order to get them to that point. So yeah, I probably would definitely go with the free trial, just because if people are motivated to move and get things, and not to say that people are going to stick with it after a few months, they may drop off, but that part of it is getting them in. And once you get them in, to keep them in by providing them with value, with training, with support, things that they're paying for. And I think that would be an important piece of my product is the support.
Yeah. Me, I wouldn't use either one of them.
You wouldn't?
Pay to play, have a ridiculously good sales page that by the time they finish reading it, they know they got to have this. And then once they pay to get inside, have the best onboarding experience possible with all out crazy support, as in somebody on the phone, on a video call, helping them migrate, set it up from the jump.
Yeah.
That would be my model. Yeah. But I mean, that's me coming from my IT background, and that's the way I like to do business.
Yeah.
I would much prefer dealing with a company like that, knowing that I'm going to get the support as soon as I pay them, versus me futzing around for 14 days on my own, not getting any support because I'm on a free trial or I'm on a freemium model and I only get half the features. So the one feature that unlocked, I can't get a hold of the sales team to get them to unlock it for me because I haven't spent any money with them yet. So if I was going to create my own product, pay to play right out the gate.
Pay to play. I love it.
All right. And with that, I'm Gary Baker. He's Ken Furukawa. And we'll talk to you later.
See you guys.
Bye.